Hi, my name is Mike Lawrence. This video is one of a set which is intended to provide a different interpretation of the experimental results that constitute the foundation of current physics. It is clear that the present explanation for what we see in the universe is good in many ways, but it is missing an overall coherence. My view is that we need to look at physics with new eyes and consider an interpretation that explains most things well, even if it does question just about everything. I do not disagree with any experimental results, only the interpretation of those results. And I do not say that the hypothesis that I'll be talking about in these videos is the theory of everything, and that everything I suggest is correct, but it is a start. Each video in the set will cover an aspect of physics. The whole set needs to be understood together in combination, because many aspects rely on each other, and any one taken on its own may not be convincing to those relying on the current interpretations, some of whom may actually be offended by the hypothesis. There will be links in the videos to other videos in the set that cover closely related or overlapping aspects. Within the boxes in the videos are representations of the motions of the particles and their composites, which I will be explaining more fully. I'm happy to answer questions where I can, perhaps providing links to where a deeper mathematical analysis shows why I say what I do, since equations and graphs do not make good videos, and will post replies where appropriate on Twitter. I hope you enjoy the videos and they enable you to better appreciate the absolute symmetry and simplicity of nature. But please remember, I'm not an experienced presenter, and although I state everything as if it were correct, this is only a hypothesis. This is video number 27, What Transmits Forces? It is the background merged pairs which carry forces, plus direct impact between meons or loops. Photons are not force carriers, but energy providers. As the background merged pairs slow the rotational rates or translational velocities of meons within loops, higher energy photons briefly stack with those loops to transfer frequency to the loops to return them to the rate at which they originally were inflated to at their Big Bang. That is why photons interact with loops, and why eventually all frequency, meaning motional energy of meons, will be transferred to the background merged pairs. The force carriers of magnetism can be observed in the lines of magnetism outlined by iron filings. Those lines are real and are the visible effects of the background merged pairs aligning in chains from source to sink. The same is the case for electric fields. This electrostatic force is transmitted by the merged pairs, reflecting the strength of the magnetic or electric fields by rotating in the chain, vibrating, or aligning appropriately for each force. Gravitation is the result of the difference in density of the background of loops from place to place. More density attracts more merged pairs and loops. The extreme is when the local density difference is sufficiently large that meons within a loop are differentially affected by the gradient across the loop, and the loop becomes extended towards the greater density. As the gradient increases, the loop will be broken into its original chain, and then, if that greater density is a massive black hole, the chain will enter the hole. The background merged pairs link meons within and across loops within nuclei, transmitting mass and charge effects which are equal in strength, and are what is known as the colour and strong forces, respectively. Within nucleons, which are loop stacks, the merged pairs transmit those same mass and charge effects, but are subject to the asymmetries of the loops in the stack to produce only stable overall symmetric loops from the asymmetric or symmetric constituents. There are no weak force carriers because the weak force is the effective replacement of leptons within a stack. An electron in an up-down-up electron-neutron stack can be impacted directly by a suitably energetic neutrino to form a proton, with the energetic electron ejected. If the neutron stack is instead a down-up-down quark core neutrino stack, then other bosons are needed to provide strong mass and charge fields to enable loops to break and swap meon components. There is no symmetry breaking, since all energies and forces between meons can always be exactly reversed by swapping the identities of the meons, the direction of travel, and their twist orientation, so there is no grand unification of energies or forces possible. Related videos would be 28, What is a massive black hole made from, and 29, What are photons? Thank you for watching.